Very good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the current affairs classes. I hope you all are doing well. So let's begin with 15 to 16 December news analysis. Okay, we will be covering 15 to 16th December. Let's start with the first section, ESI finance and banking news. In the first one, we have some data regarding India's exports. If you are preparing for banking or you are preparing for any exam, you can fetch this current affairs PDF. It is available in the paid course, right? So you can purchase it. It is available over there. Also, you can ask the team for further details regarding this, right? Or you can mail at info@crackgradeb.com. Okay, if you have any such doubts, you can contact the team or can mail on this mail ID. So let's begin. First of all, we have some data regarding exports. So the cumulative exports, they are estimated at how much? Cumulative exports of India estimated at 536.25 billion US dollars. 536.25 billion US dollars in April to November 2024. Since it is not a monthly data, that's why it is important, because monthly data, it keeps on changing. So a long period of time when you have that data really becomes important. So remember, April to November time period, cumulative exports of India, we are talking about the cumulative one, not the categories, right? So they have stood at how much? 536.25 billion US dollars with a growth of 7.61%. Now you can see the distribution, total trade including merchandise and services, it was there. So you need not remember all these figures. You just remember the cumulative export figure for April to November. Okay. Just remember the cumulative exports figure. Okay. Now what is important then is top 5 export destinations. Which are the top countries where we are exporting the most, right? So top 5 export destinations should be on your fingertips. Remember, first is UAE. At least first one you should be very clear. Top export destination of India as of April to November time period is UAE, okay, United Arab Emirates. Second is Netherlands and third is USA. Fourth is Singapore and fifth is UK. So top 5 you have UAE, Netherlands, USA and then Singapore and then UK. At least remember top 3, UAE, Netherlands and USA. USA is now third, okay. Then top 5 import sources. Trade is not only about export, right? It is also about import. So from which countries we have imported the most? Top 5 import sources for India. Again, top 5 import sources mein you have UAE at the top. So export destination is also UAE. Top import destination for India, import source for India is also UAE. Second import country, import source for India is China. And third one from which we have imported the most is Russia. So remember, top 3 and 5, fourth and fifth are Switzerland and Taiwan. These are the top 5 import sources. Remember these countries, they can ask you direct name of these countries, right? Which is the top export destination, which is the top import source, like this. So this much is clear. Then next one, if we talk about the percentage of growth, then in terms of percentage growth, November in relation to November 2023, total exports, they have witnessed 9.59% growth and total import 27.47% growth. It clearly shows still India has a trade deficit, right? So you see merchandise trade mein, in the trade of goods only, excluding the services, we have deficit, but not taking into consideration services. But in services exclusively, you have trade surplus, not deficit. Okay. So remember, merchandise trade mein India has a deficit, but in services sector, it is favorable for us. We are exporting more than what we are importing, only for services, not for the merchandise or the goods. Okay. Remember this. The next, what you have is the WPI based inflation in India. Okay. WPI. See, UAE, Russia, we are importing petroleum, crude oil and petroleum products as well from here, right? We are exporting petroleum products as well, but the top import, if you see, gold, then crude oil, etc. Okay. WPI based inflation for November 2024, it has eased to 1.89% on an annual basis. Okay. So WPI inflation has eased. WPI, CPI, they remain in news always. You should be, at least now, you should be very confident about the static portion of WPI as well. WPI is what? It measures the change in price level of only goods, not services. Remember, price of goods sold and traded in bulk. So wholesale is what? When you sell the items in bulk, right? So the goods sold and purchased in bulk for the wholesale business with other companies. This is WPI. Remember the difference between CPI and WPI. WPI does not measures the change in price of the services. Remember always, WPI only measures the change in price of goods. Okay, and the base year 2011-12, major groups of WPI, items of WPI, if you see, maximum weightage would be of manufactured products here. Okay, and food items ka hoga CPI mein. Maximum weight 64.23. This is important, this distribution. They can ask you this thing, okay, remember who has the maximum weight in WPI and who or which item has the maximum weight in CPI. So in WPI, maximum weight is assigned, weight is the value, right, out of all these items. Manufactured products, maximum weight. Second, you have primary articles, agriculture related products, farm products, etc. And third is fuel and power. So remember this distribution, okay, maximum weight, manufactured, second primary, third is fuel and power. This was about WPI. Next one, banking news. In banking news, you have some data regarding public sector banks. So India's public sector banks, including SBI, okay, including SBI, they have recorded an aggregate net profit of 1.46 lakh crore in 23-24. This can be important particularly for SBI aspirants, okay. All those who are preparing for SBI Junior Associate, remember this data, 1.46 lakh crore for 23-24. The aggregate net profit of all the PSBs, including the SBI, okay, 1.46 lakh crore, remember this. Now what is net profit? Whatever your profit is and when you deduct your expenses out of it, right? So what remains with you, final, is the net profit. PSBs particularly are performing well. In the previous current affairs also, we have seen the profitability indicators of PSBs. They are performing on all these indicators. They are performing well. So please remember, since PSBs are showing very good performance, they are important, right? So those data we have covered in the previous CA also. Please remember them. 1.46 lakh crore, remember. This much only is relevant. Then moving on to national and state news category. National mein you have Google. Google has organized a strategic forum called AI Connect. AI Connect. Now this has been organized by Google in association with Tamil Nadu government. Okay. This is to explore opportunities in this AI sector. Okay. Chennai mein it was organized. So remember, AI Connect was organized in collaboration between Google and Tamil Nadu government. Then you have Magic Pin. Magic Pin, it has entered into quick commerce for food delivery with launch of its Magic Now brand. So this company, Magic Pin, is now launching Magic Now brand. Magic Now brand will be doing what? It will be operating via the dark stores for food delivery. So it is again entering into the food delivery market. What are these dark stores? Dark stores are basically those stores which are maintained to enable the timely supply of these items online on the online platform. So they are not available for direct retail sale to the public. Are you getting my point? Dark stores, they are just to supply, ensure the supply chain for the online e-commerce business. Okay, this is not for the retail purpose, directly selling to the customer. These are dark stores. So Magic Pin now will be operating via Magic Now brand in the food delivery segment as well. Then next, initially metropolitan cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi NCR, they will be operating. Second, you have India's smartphone exports. Data regarding smartphone export. Smartphone export is also something mobile industry, India's mobile industry, plus India's textile industry, plus semiconductor industry. I am giving out to you these names. These are very important, right? So any significant data related to it, at least 2-3 months data will be important. Yes, this will be enough. If you read these current affairs genuinely and revise whatever has been provided to you, you see in the recent examination, lot number of questions, almost you see 60, 70, 80%, up to 80%, not be exaggerating the figure. It is not at all exaggeration, you see directly coming from the content, right? So just rely on one or two sources, if possible one source only. I'm not saying whichever source you want to rely, but rely on one source, and I'm always saying this, revise multiple times, okay? That is going to help you. This is going to be sufficient if you revise it properly. Now next thing, India's smartphone exports in November 2024 has reached 20,395 crore rupees, okay, which is 92% increase over the same month last year, 92% increase. So this can be significant. Also, one more important thing, the Foxconn's iPhone factory in Tamil Nadu is the single largest contributor to this export. Foxconn's iPhone factory in Tamil Nadu, remember this thing, single largest contributor to this entire mobile smartphone export growth coming from India, okay? So remember this name, Foxconn's iPhone factory in Tamil Nadu. Then second, if you see, followed by Tata Electronics in Karnataka, second contributor is Tata Electronics, and Pegatron is the third contributor. Next news, very important scheme, Union government has recently launched the credit guarantee scheme for eNWR based pledge financing, right? So what is this NWR? This is warehousing receipt. This scheme has been launched by Union government by Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution Ministry. Remember the associated ministry, Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, for farmers. So the beneficiaries are going to be farmers, okay? What are the key features? Let's see. Under this scheme, the farmers will be able to get loan through their produce. How? An electronic negotiable warehouse receipt, NWR, okay? So warehousing receipts, electronic warehousing receipts will be generated, will be issued to such farmers after they submit their produce to the respective warehouse, right? This electronic receipt will be generated after they submit their produce to the warehouse. Warehouses, I hope you all know, where these agricultural produce are stored, cold storages, warehouses, right? Where these items are stored. So after they submit their produce to such warehouses registered with the Warehousing Development and Regulatory Authority, they will get an electronic receipt. Showing that electronic receipt, they can get loan against that eNWR, which is electronic negotiable warehousing receipt. Remember this thing, okay? And this receipt, as I told you, can be used as guarantee against their loan. So they will not be required to present a collateral separately. This receipt only is going to work as a guarantee for them against default to obtain low interest loan from banks and other lending institutes. Banks and all other eligible institutes who are eligible to lend under this scheme will be providing them low interest loans. So this is going to be very helpful for the farmers. Remember this, okay? Farmers can get loan under this. Then FPOs, farmer producer organizations, can get loan. Farm cooperatives can also access loan. MSMEs as well, okay? MSME, the micro, small and medium enterprises, they are also eligible to take loan under this. Benefits, you see, it will prevent post-harvest distress sale that forces many farmers to sell their produce below market price. So what happens is, first benefit which is highlighted here, first thing, sometimes you see due to demand and supply mechanism, prices are low in the market, low in comparison to what the farmer was expecting, right? But now if they don't have any other option, they go and sell in the market at the lower prices as well. Now they will not have to do that. They can submit their produce in the warehouse, against which they will get electronic receipt, which further they can use to take loan, right? So that might be a good option in case of such very significant decline in the market prices. So it is going to protect them from the market price fluctuation. Second thing is also going to reduce risk for banks and eligible lending institutes by providing secured portfolio. But going to benefit farmer as well as going to benefit the banking system as well. Whatever institute lends to the farmer is going to reduce risk, because now you have a secured receipt, warehousing receipt, which is given out by warehouse, registered by your warehouse development and regulatory authority. So that is a security to the bank as well. Key features, if you see, total corpus under scheme, 1000 crores of corpus has been given. Okay, loans up to 75, remember this figure, loans up to 75 lakh rupees for agricultural purposes will be sanctioned. Okay, and loans up to 200 lakhs for non-agricultural purpose. So for agricultural purpose, up to 75 lakh rupee loan, and 200 lakh for non-agricultural purpose will be there. Who can provide these loans? So eligible lenders as well as eligible borrowers are important. Eligible lenders are all scheduled commercial banks. Okay, scheduled commercial banks. Now you are going to tell me which banks do you call as a scheduled commercial bank. Okay, which banks are known as scheduled commercial banks? So all scheduled commercial banks, all scheduled banks and all cooperative banks, both are eligible. All scheduled banks and all cooperative banks as well, they are eligible to lend under this scheme. Who are the eligible borrowers? Farmers, small and marginal farmers, women, SC, ST, PWD farmers, other farmers. MSMEs are also eligible. Remember, not only farmers, MSMEs are also eligible. Traders, FPOs, farmer cooperatives, all these are eligible borrowers under this scheme. Credit risk, warehouseman risk, all are covered under this. Credit risk is what? Suppose someone defaults, right? So that risk is also covered under this for the bank. Then guarantee coverage, you see, 85% of loans will be provided by the lending institution up to. So if you are availing loan up to rupees 3 lakh, for example, 3 lakh तक का लोन अगर आप ले रहे हैं, उसका 85% coverage will be provided by the lending institute. Rest you have to manage at your own, right? Then 80% for loan between 3 lakh to 75 lakh for small and marginal farmers, women, SC, ST, PWD candidates, and 75% for other borrowers. So this much is the guarantee coverage. अगर आप 3 लाख तक का लोन लेते हैं तो 85% will be provided by the bank. 80% will be provided 3 से 75 लाख तक के लोन के लिए, and 75% for the other borrowers. Settlement of claim will be in this manner. Remember this thing, up to 75 lakh rupees loan, if it is up to 75 lakh rupees, the loan amount, then first installment you have to pay 75% of that amount, and in second installment you can pay the rest 25%. Then above 75 lakh rupees and up to rupees 2 crores if it is there, then in first installment you have to pay 60% and in second installment you have to pay 40%. This was the distribution of this scheme. It was important, that's why I have discussed all these features. Please remember this. Okay, then next is India's first diabetes biobank has been established. This can be very important fact. India's first diabetes biobank, it has been established where? It has been established at Tamil Nadu or Chennai in Tamil Nadu. One more important fact, who has developed this? So it has been established jointly by the Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR, jointly, as I said, in partnership with Madras Diabetes Research Foundation. So remember, yes, very good. Schedule 2 of RBI Act 1934. Yes, they are the scheduled banks. So remember, these two partners for establishing this India's first diabetes biobank, Indian Council of Medical Research has partnered with Madras Diabetes Research Foundation. Now, what is this bank going to do? It is going to collect, process, store, distribute biological samples for the purpose of diabetes research. Diabetes is a lifestyle disorder. Right now, you see, every then and now, every second person almost is diabetic, right? So to advance diabetes research, this has been established. Remember, India's first diabetes biobank, location Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Next, we have Union Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports has flagged off Fit India Cycling Tuesdays. Fit India Cycling Tuesdays initiative in New Delhi, where they are trying to promote cycling on Tuesdays, right, to build a healthier and greener India. This is going to have a double benefit. Healthy for the people as well and healthy for the environment as well, because cycle, you know, does not pollutes. Okay, so remember this thing. And next one is Union Ministry of Ports and Shipping has unveiled cargo promotion scheme Jal Vahak. So what is Jal Vahak if they ask you? Jal Vahak is cargo promotion scheme recently launched by the Shipping Ministry. This is to boost cargo movement on the 3 national waterways. To boost the cargo movement, okay, transportation of these good items via the waterways. In India, you see there are broadly 3 national waterways. They should be on your fingertips, right? So to boost cargo movement via the 3 national waterways which we have, first National Waterway 1 on River Ganga, second National Waterway 2 on River Brahmaputra, and third National Waterway 3 on River Barak. Okay, so these 3 rivers, remember, first one on Ganga, second one on Brahmaputra, third one on Barak, to promote cargo shipment. And these are joint efforts between Inland Waterways Authority of India, nodal agency for waterways development in the country, this one, okay, then Inland and Coastal Shipping Limited, which is a fully owned subsidiary of Shipping Corporation of India Limited. So IWAI and ICSL, it is a collaboration between them. This scheme initially will be valid for a period of 3 years. So right from now, you can calculate up to 3 years it will be valid. And if the need arises, it will be further extended. What is the overall aim? You see, model shift of 800 million ton kilometers with an investment of 95.4 crores by 2027. You just remember what is Jal Vahak and the 3 national waterways. They want to improve the cargo movement. This much only is sufficient. The next one is 1.0 hectare integrated agriculture system model developed under All India Integrated Agricultural System Research Project. It has received national recognition. So this model 1.0 hectare integrated agricultural system model, it has received national recognition. So let's see what is this model. This model basically allows farmers to engage in diverse agricultural activities. Okay. This model basically helps farmers in engaging in diverse agricultural activities, enabling them maximize their use of available resources, reduce their cost associated with agricultural inputs, and increase the production. This has been developed under All India Integrated Agricultural System Research Project by Chaudhary Charan Singh Haryana Agriculture University, Hisar. Okay. Next one is Charak. So under the guidance of Ministry of Coal, Singrauli based Coal India arm, Nadan Coalfields Limited has rolled out Charak. What is this Charak? This is community health program. Okay. So Charak refers to community health. Charak refers to community health, a responsive action for Koilanchal. See, where these coal mines are located, the workers in these coal mines are prone to a lot of diseases, right, and disasters. Plus, these surrounding areas habitated by people, they are also prone to a lot of diseases. So, to provide them free treatment, such patients suffering from identified life-threatening diseases due to these areas because of their location around these areas belonging to EWS section of the Singrauli region, because Singrauli region is one of the important coal mine area, right? Singrauli, a lot of mineral resources are available in Singrauli. So particularly the Singrauli region के लिए they have launched this scheme. And economically weaker section, so your annual income should be less than 8 lakhs, right? Only will be covered under this. This is Charak, remember, has been launched by Nadan Coalfields Limited for people of the Singrauli region. Next one is a state news. So Andhra Pradesh government has approved construction of Legislative Assembly and High Court buildings. Okay, this is not something very important in the capital of Amravati. Then next you have Prime Minister inaugurating and laying foundation stone for 24 projects. How many? 24. 24 projects related to energy, roads, railways, water in Rajasthan on 17th December. On 17th December. And this basically is there because the Rajasthan government is celebrating 1 year completion of the state government. Ek Varsh Parinam Utkarsh. Okay. Ek Varsh Parinam Utkarsh is being celebrated for 1 year completion of the state government of Rajasthan. Next one, you have Union Minister for Jal Shakti has inaugurated Gujarat's first semiconductor assembly and testing outsourced plant at Surat. So this is an outsourced plant. Remember this thing. There is distinction between indigenously developed plant and outsourced plant. So if they are asking you Gujarat's first outsourced plant, which has been outsourced, is in Surat. Okay, this is first outsourced one. Remember, I am again highlighting this. 3 times I have highlighted. Inaugurated the Gujarat's first semiconductor assembly and testing plant, which is outsourced. Okay, location is Gujarat. Remember this. The next one is before moving on to next one, semiconductor is the probable area of question for you. This is industry, which is future industry, and it is also future area of questions. Remember, whatever comes out from semiconductor industry, any significant development like this should be read carefully. And it can produce 3 lakh semiconductor chips per day. Semiconductor has application. These are the electronic chips, right? Application almost everywhere, like you have from automobile to electronics to pharmaceuticals, etc. Then you have Gujarat CM has unveiled plans to establish desert tourism circuit, okay, to boost tourism in Kutch. Kutch, you see, is quite a good tourist destination. They are planning to develop a desert tourism circuit near Kutch to boost tourism in Kutch further, okay. And Ran Utsav is very famous from the Kutch area, right, where due to a lot of salt, you see this is white desert, Ran of Kutch. So Ran Utsav is very famous festival organized over there to attract tourists as well. It has started from November 11th and will be held till March 2025, 15th March. Then you have another important celebration, 100th celebration of Tansen Music Festival. This is again very important, Tansen Music Festival. So the government is celebrating 100th Tansen Music Festival. To make this memorable, that's why Guinness Book of World Record has created, this record has been created. For what? By playing 9 musical instruments simultaneously for 9 minutes in the music city of Gwalior, MP. Gwalior is very famous for all these music festivals, and lot of gharanas, they belong to Gwalior, music gharanas, right? So Gwalior, music city of the state, it has been created, this record, playing 9 instruments simultaneously for 9 minutes. Remember, how many? 9 instruments simultaneously for 9 minutes to celebrate the 100th Tansen Music Festival. Tansen, you know, one of the gems of the Akbar's court and a very famous musician he was. Okay. These are important rags or ragas which were composed by Tansen: Malhar, Miya Ki Todi and Darbari Kannada. Remember these names, okay? And the musical instruments which were played were tabla, flute, violin, santoor, sarod, sarangi, sitar, banjo and harmonium. Then in Ladakh, Indian Army in collaboration with the local community has celebrated Sharkila Victory Day. Sharkila, this is one of the pass which was liberated in the 1971 Indo-Pak War. Okay, so this is marking the liberation of this Sharkila Pass during the 1971 Indo-Pak War. So this has been celebrated. Then next, Chief Minister of Uttarakhand has said Uttarakhand is striving to become the first state in the country to implement a dedicated yoga policy. Uttarakhand is going to be the first state. They are planning to implement a dedicated yoga policy. If they do that, they will be the first state to do this. Remember. Then next is the Manipur. Manipur, state of Manipur has commemorated Nupi Lal Numit by offering profound tributes to women freedom fighters, okay, who participated in women's war. What is this Nupi Lal? This is women's war, women-led war against the British actions during the period of 1904 to 39. So this has been acknowledged in the state of Manipur. That is what is known as Nupi Lal Newman. Then international news mein you have Britain officially becoming 12th member. Remember this number and remember the name of the country as well. Which country? Britain. Britain has officially became 12th member of Trans-Pacific Trade Pact. Trans-Pacific Trade Pact. What is this Trans-Pacific Trade Pact? Trans-Pacific Trade Pact is an agreement or a pact between all these countries like Brunei, Chile, Japan, Malaysia, New Zealand, Peru, Singapore and Vietnam. For what? For enabling trade at lower, say, tax rates or custom duties. Sometimes providing free market access if they have FTA signed under this with the countries, right? So these are to enable trade. In this Trans-Pacific Trade Pact, Britain has now become the 12th member, remember, and which are the existing countries: Brunei, Chile, Japan, Malaysia, New Zealand, Peru, Singapore and Vietnam. Then what about the rest 3? So these are only 8, right? Then you have Australia, Canada and Mexico. They also later joined it. Okay, Australia, Canada and Mexico. Then after Australia, Canada and Mexico, Britain is the one. So Britain effectively becomes 12th one. And if they ask you the next applicant after Britain, next applicant would be Costa Rica. Next applicant would be Costa Rica. Next applicant is Costa Rica. US has pulled out in 2017 from this, okay. The next we have Moldova, a European country. Moldova has signed ISA framework and joined the ISA. So now Moldova is also a member of ISA, okay. Moldova is also a member of ISA and is guided by towards 1000 strategy. It is guided by towards 1000 strategy. Now what is this towards 1000 strategy? They are aiming at these 3 things. First, to mobilize 1000 billion US dollars of investment. Second one, to deliver energy access to 1000 million people. And third one is 1000 gigawatts of solar energy installation. So remember, ISA is towards 1000 strategy. They can ask you this thing. 3 components are there. First, mobilizing 1000 billion of US dollars. Second, 1000 million people, delivering energy access to them. And third is 1000 gigawatt of solar energy installation. These are the 1000 or towards 1000 target of your ISA, and Moldova has recently become the member. One more important fact which we have covered earlier as well is Armenia. Armenia has become the 104th full-time member. Armenia is 104th full-time member of ISA. Remember this thing. Okay. Armenia is 104th full-time member of ISA. The number for Moldova is not so clear. There is some discrepancy regarding that. So please avoid that. Just remember that Armenia is 104th full-time member. Then you have Cyclone Shadow. Cyclone Shadow. So Shadow has caused devastating damage in French territory of Mayotte in Indian Ocean. Just remember the location where it has made the landfall. So Cyclone Shadow is associated with the French territory Mayotte in Indian Ocean. Then Mount Kenlau volcano is in news because recently Philippines has ordered to completely evacuate the people surrounding this region, surrounding the Mount Kenlau volcano, because it is becoming active. So if it erupts, that could be devastating. So just remember Mount Kenlau volcano is associated with Philippines. The next one is Italian government has granted Argentine President Javier Milei citizenship in recognition of his Italian heritage. Okay. So this is not so much important. Then you have Mount Semeru located in East Java, Indonesia has erupted. So you have 2 volcanoes in the news. Mount Semeru. The location of Mount Semeru East Java, Indonesia. East Java, Indonesia. Okay, remember this. Now moving on to MOUs, mergers and acquisition section. The NCERT has signed an MOU with an e-commerce platform, Amazon and Flipkart. So NCERT has signed MOU with Amazon and Flipkart to ensure affordable availability of NCERT publications across the country. So to make NCERT publication easily available, it has collaborated, remember, with Amazon and Flipkart. Okay. In CA, what sources are covered? All the newspapers which you have, 9 to 10 newspapers, the English newspapers which all are there, right? And PIB. All the important sources which are there, newspaper, All India Radio, PIB, they all are covered. Like nothing is left. So this is MOU between NCERT and Amazon Flipkart, remember. Particularly in tier 2 and tier 3 cities, they will be operating to provide seamless delivery of NCERT publications. Next you have Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya located in Vadodara, which is a transportation university working for the transportation sector, right? Providing research in transportation. The Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya Vadodara has signed an MOU with the Indian Navy. Remember, with whom? With Indian Navy. For what? To enhance logistics related education, research and training. As I told you, this Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya is working towards R&D in transportation sector. So recently it has signed this MOU with the Indian Navy to promote education, research and training under the transportation or the Navy transportation, right? Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya was formerly known as National Rail and Transportation Institute, Central University it is in Vadodara, and this is India's first such transport university. Okay. Then next one is two important MOUs, they were signed in Raipur. First, Government of Chhattisgarh and National Dairy Development Board. Government of Chhattisgarh and National Dairy Development Board have signed the MOU for the development of dairy sector. Then Chhattisgarh State Minor Forest Produce Cooperative Union Limited and National Cooperative Organics Limited for better certification of the forest produce, right? Like honey, wood, etc. Timber, then rubber, all these things for better certification. Then next is your HPCL, Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited, has signed an agreement with NICDC Logistics Data Service Limited to integrate APIs with the ULIP. Okay, so this partnership is basically going to make logistics sector more transparent and innovative. Nothing more you have to read in this, and you can skip this one, not so much important. Just remember that HPCL has made such an agreement. The next one is CDOT, the Center for Development of Telematics. CDOT has signed an agreement with Troyes Infotech for its face recognition using drone technology. This can be important, okay? Not the previous one, this can be important. Face recognition using drone technology. Now for this, CDOT has signed this agreement with Troyes Infotech. What is going to mean? The agreement under this has been signed under Telecom Technology Development Fund program of the Universal Service Obligation Fund, okay, Department of Telecommunications, with CDOT as the implementing agency. Government of India is going to provide face recognition using drone technology. So going to be used as kind of biometric feature. Face recognition technology it is. Remember this thing. The next one you have Center for Joint Warfare Studies has signed an MOU with Military College of Material Management to strengthen research on quality assurance, control and trials of munitions for the Indian Army. The munitions, all जिसको आप हिंदी में बोलते हैं म्यूनिशन, राइट, गोला बारूद जिसको हिंदी में बोलते हैं. सो trials of all the munitions for the Indian Army, they have signed this MOU with Military College of Material Management. And under this MOU, it is going to lead to the establishment of MCMM, Chair of Excellence at there, okay, Center for Joint Warfare Studies. Center of Excellence to promote quality for the munitions of Indian Army. This is going to be there. The next one is All India Institute of Medical Sciences, AIIMS, has signed MOU with Wipro GE Healthcare Private Limited. Why? AIIMS is signing this MOU with Wipro to establish AI Health Innovations Hub at the center. Okay. At AIIMS, they are trying to establish AI Health Innovation Hub. Now, with this, they will be focusing on development of products and solutions that enhance healthcare delivery and outcomes through more precise diagnosis and real-time treatment and diagnosis for the patient. So with the help of AI, they are trying to develop certain tools which can further help in better diagnosis and real-time diagnosis and treatment of the patients. Moving on to science and tech, we only have one news in science tech. Tokyo-based Orbital Lasers, a Tokyo-based company, an Indian robotics company in Space City. So Japanese Orbital Lasers and India's InSpace City, they have agreed to jointly study using laser-equipped satellites. Okay. So they are trying to study and analyze the scope of laser-equipped satellites. What will be the implication? Why they are trying to do this? Laser-equipped satellites will be used to remove debris from the orbital space. See, what happens is you send the satellites to the orbit, their time gets over, right? But they remain as a debris, hai na? So the debris is not only on the earth, it is also in the space. So we want to remove this debris from the space, the unwanted items, right? To remove debris from the orbit, this experimental approach is there, and there's going to reduce orbital congestion as well. Like you have on-road congestion, the traffic jam जिसको हम बोलते हैं, ऐसे ही, because if the debris is not removed, further space missions might get affected. They might get there might be a collision with the satellites and other spacecrafts. Okay. So remember this thing. Then defense mein you have SLINEX in news. SLINEX 2024. SLINEX is what? It is a bilateral naval exercise. SLINEX, as the name is only suggesting, Sri Lanka and India. Okay. Sri Lanka and India's bilateral naval exercise. 17 to 20th December it has been conducted. Location Visakhapatnam. And SLINEX, remember, was initiated in 2005. It is what? Naval exercise between Sri Lanka and India. Then this can be important. Recently, 3 countries, India, France and UAE. Remember, 3 countries, India, France and UAE, they have launched Desert Night. Desert Night. What is this? Because 3 countries are there, so it is a trilateral air combat exercise over Arabian Sea to boost their military interoperability and enhance defense ties. These 3 countries have initiated this trilateral exercise. Remember the name, Desert Night. And remember the associated countries, India, France and UAE. India, France and UAE. They will be involving their advanced aircrafts like Sukhoi 30, MKI, then Rafale, then F-16. All these super aircrafts, advanced aircrafts will be used. Then you have US Army's Rapid Capabilities and Critical Technologies Office in collaboration with the Navy Systems Program recently has successfully conducted, just remember this name, Dark Eagle Hypersonic Missile Test, okay, by the US Armed Forces has been done. What is the name? Dark Eagle Hypersonic Missile. Hypersonic, so these sonic, this is the speed of the sound, right? So hypersonic system, they are capable of flying at speeds greater than 5 times the speed of sound. So more than Mach 5, these Mach 1, Mach 2, Mach 3, Mach 4, Mach 5. Mach is how you measure this speed of these engines, right? So more than the Mach 5, which is, they can, travel with a speed greater than 5 times the speed of sound, which is Mach 5. So hypersonic systems, remember, Dark Eagle recently has been tested by US Armed Forces. This can be important. Just name is important, remember that. Moving on to awards. So Kiran Mazumdar Shaw, chairperson of the Biocon Group, has been conferred with Jamshedji Tata Award by the Indian Society for Quality for contribution in biosciences movement and serving patients in India. Festivals में we have 10th International Forest Fair. Okay, 10th International Forest Fair being organized, or it has been organized from 17th to 23rd December in Bhopal. Remember the location? Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. What was the theme? Women empowerment through minor forest produce. See, minor forest produce are very important source for certain tribal communities or the village communities. They dwell upon this and they sell this forest item. But I want you to tell me, go and search about this. What is minor forest produce? What exactly comes under minor forest produce? This is not something you can guess by size ki छोटे items को minor forest produce बोलते होंगे, large items को. No, there is a proper classification under the forest related acts regarding this, right? So what exactly constitutes the minor forest produce is something you will be telling me. Go and read about this. Minor forest produce. This is to empower women through minor forest produce. 10th International Forest Fair, Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, capital of Madhya Pradesh. Then 3rd edition of Virasat Sari Festival, organized, or it has started on 15 December, will be there till 28 December. Location in Janpat only, New Delhi, is to bring together all the handloom weavers, designers, sari lovers, buyers across the country. So this is Virasat Sari Festival. Sports में Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami has launched logo, anthem and mascot for 38th National Games in Dehradun. 38th National Games in Dehradun. Remember this edition, 38th. Which edition? 38th National Games to be held in location Dehradun, Uttarakhand. Certain important facts we have, important for all the upcoming examination, also for SBI. Remember these minor facts, but they are very important. What is the tagline for this 38th National Games? Tagline is Sankalp se Shikhar tak. Okay, remember the tagline? Sankalp se Shikhar tak. Logo is inspired by Monal. Okay, Monal is a bird, right? Monal. What is mascot? So logo is inspired by Monal. Tagline is Sankalp se Shikhar tak. Remember the mascot. Mascot is Molly. What is the mascot of this? Mascot has been announced. Molly is the mascot. Molly is the state bird of Uttarakhand. Okay, Molly is the state bird of Uttarakhand. Molly is the mascot. They are proposed to be held in Uttarakhand from January 28 to February 14, 2025. 38 sport activities will be taking place. Then in domestic cricket, Mumbai has won the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy 2024. So Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy, domestic cricket only, has been won by Mumbai. Remember this much. Then in hockey, this can be important. India has won the Women's Junior Asia Cup 2024, which was held in Muscat. So this India has won Women Junior Asia Cup 2024. And remember this name, Deepika Sehrawat. Deepika Sehrawat from India with 12 goals has ranked as the top scorer of the entire tournament. So please remember, Deepika Sehrawat from India with 12 goals is the top scorer of the tournament. Next one, this is not important, just skip this one. Then javelin star Neeraj Chopra shirt, which he wore in the Paris Olympics, is one of the artifacts that is currently on display on online 3D platform of the Museum of World Athletics. This can be important, remember. So Neeraj Chopra has made India proud a lot number of times, you know that, right? So Neeraj Chopra shirt is on this display, 3D platform. Remember, Museum of World Athletics. Appointments में Google has recently appointed Preeti Lobana as the new country manager and vice president of India, succeeding Sanjay Gupta. Then RBL Bank has reappointed R. Subramania Kumar as the current managing director and chief executive officer of the bank. Then South Korea's Prime Minister Han Duk Soo became the country's acting president following the impeachment of Yoon Suk Yeol. Okay, so now this name, remember, Han Duck-soo, the acting president of South Korea. Then moving on to obituaries segment, we have legendary tabla maestro Zakir Hussain, the legend of tabla, right? Zakir Hussain has passed away at the age of 73. You can see from these awards, okay, clinched by the legend, 5 Grammy Awards, including 3 at the 66th Grammy Award recently 2024. Padma Shri, he has been awarded with. Padma Bhushan, then Padma Vibhushan, all these awards were awarded to Zakir Hussain. So remember this name, quite a famous personality he was. Then this was about the 15 to 16 December CA. Now it's time for the top 5 MCQs or the CA short series. I hope you all will be answering them. Okay. So this is the short series. First question in front of you. Top 5 MCQs from today's class. India's first diabetes biobank has recently been established at which of the following states? India's first diabetes biobank. Tell me the correct answer. Recently established at. Correct option would be, if you remember, Tamil Nadu, Chennai. Okay, Chennai or Tamil Nadu will be the correct option. So if they give you the cities, then Chennai will be the right option, and if they give you the states, then Tamil Nadu will be option. Yes, A is the right option, Tamil Nadu. Very good. Next one. Britain has recently become official member. Which number of the member of Trans-Pacific Trade Pact? 13th, 15th, 14th, 12th or 11th? Britain is now which number member of the Trans-Pacific Trade Pact? 13th, 15th, 14th, 12th or 11th? What is the correct option? Question number 2. D, very good. 12th member, right? So Britain is now the 12th member of Trans-Pacific Trade Pact. Trans-Pacific Trade Pact. Which of the following countries have recently launched Desert Night, which is a trilateral air combat exercise over the Arabian Sea? Which of these 3 countries, which 3 countries have jointly launched Desert Night exercise? This is going to be very important. Desert Night exercise. Which 3 countries are there? Tell me quickly. Which 3 countries? India, Russia, UAE, India, France, Britain, India, France, UAE, India, Germany, UAE, Iran, France or UAE? You are saying C. Very good. So yes, India, France and UAE. India, France and UAE. These 3 are the countries. They have launched the trilateral air combat exercise over Arabian Sea, Desert Night. India, France and UAE. Very good. C is the correct option. Next question. Which of the following is the mascot for 38th National Games to be held in Dehradun? Molly, Monk, Moga, Albatross, none of the above. Which of the following is the mascot for 38th National Games to be held in Uttarakhand? Mascot for 38th National Games will be? Tell me quickly. Molly, right? Molly, if you remember, the state bird of Uttarakhand. Molly is the mascot. Last question. India's dash 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 with 12 goals has ranked as the top scorer of the tournament in Women's Junior Asia Cup 2024, which India has won, held in Muscat, Oman. Tell me which of these following players with 12 goals has been ranked as top scorer in Women's Junior Asia Cup 2024? The correct answer would be Deepika Sehrawat, right? Deepika Sehrawat. A is the right option. Very good. So these were the top 5 MCQs in the short series. I hope they were useful and we have discussed lot number of things today. Please remember them and I hope the class was useful for you. I will see you all in the next session. Till then, have a great day. Keep on studying and revising. Thank you so much.